Crypto.
And I don't care what anybody says. These not your keys is not your crypto. No one can ever take my crypto from me.
1032C, 1011 SWAT HQ.
I use hardware wallets with encrypted seed phrases. And I dare you low IQ idiots to even think about coming after me and my crypto. You have to pry my private keys out of my cold dead diamond hand. I dare you. I double dog dare you. What was that?
Unit 5, set up a perimeter with Unit 6. Copy that.
Don't move. Don't move. Hands in there. Hands in there right now. What's going on here?
Well, Mr. Jones. At last we meet.
Who are you?
Agent Harold Dick from the Wallet Enforcement Agency. And sorry about the doors and the windows. I did lightly knock. Mr. Jones, we are executing a FISA warrant to search this premises for unregistered crypto wallet keys. Hey, you don't mind if we take a look around now, do ya?
Oh, look what we got here, Harry.
Well, that didn't take very long at all now, did it? What do we have here? Oh, this wouldn't be a book of unregistered wallet seed phrases, would it?
Son of.
Oh, you make my job just way too easy for me. Jackpot, boys, good job. Go ahead and cuff this loser, boys. Daddy's probably getting a promotion out of this one. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Jones. See you around.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give me up. Don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I
Going up, don't look down.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2.
Till I found you. A galaxy in front of me, going up above. Don't look down. I travel a million miles for you. Going up above. Don't look down. No gravity when you're with me. Light years from home till I found you. A galaxy in front of me, going up above. Don't look down. I travel a million miles for you. Going up above. Don't look down. Don't look down. Going up above. Don't look down.
None of my cash can flow, none of my cars are gold.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Are we ready?
None of my cash can flow, none of my cars are gold. Digital
Dave, give me the thumbs up. That means it's time to go.
cash, digital, go, go, go. Digital,
Let's kick it off.
digital.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I sure say thank you very much. Ooh, that tickles. Welcome everyone to the Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dogg. My name is Lane, and we're taking a look at the charts as Bitcoin is just pumping up, and altcoins are pumping up, and we're just feeling awesome. Are you feeling like the man? You're a genius, baby. Are you paying yourself? Do you have a plan to pay yourself? Remember last time you felt this way? It felt really great. It didn't last that long though. It was like, within a week you're like, why didn't I pay myself? Why didn't I just take out a little? It's just a little bit. Something. I'm just giving you a heads up. Saying a little something to the future self, to your future self, that as these numbers are going up and we're feeling great, remember why you came here. It wasn't to ride a roller coaster up and down, and it's hard to peel off some profits. And I'm not saying you got to go out of your positions, but I'm just saying get some kind of strat. You're supposed to make the plan, then trade. You plan the trade and then you trade the plan. So what's your plan? And, you know, maybe you'll get lucky, kind of like what I did over here, over on Big Unix. Are you going to come up here? And, you know, it's already went past my places. I'm letting this winter ride. So I got to come up with some places to take some profits. I was hoping to go through this, but maybe it's not going to cooperate. All righty, we'll check back in with you. Look at the sea of green, though, we got. Aptos up to $9.90. Yeah. Cool things are going on in this market. Let's check out our winners list here, our watch list. These are all the coins that are basically, you know, should be in the green for the year. There's a few that kind of fell off. Loki, Inu? Did you fall off my list? Oh, man. Gotta unstar you, baby. Or unwatch you now. Bye-bye, Floki. So all these are coming back, and these are some hot ones. NCDT, man, I FOMO'd into that right here on the stream. What is it, 13 cents? It's at 78 cents right now. I know, I felt weird. It was like, I FOMO'd. Stacks up to 276. What you go, baby? Is that WIT? No, it's WITnet. Here's one. I've even actually used their product to claim an airdrop. DVPN. Sentinel. I've got to tell you, man. I got into this one. I must have got in at the right time because those bags have grown. And I mean, this is one that trades at like a fraction of a penny. And wow, I'm kind of pleased with my position in DVPN, and it's a working product that actually works. And I've actually tested it out. Really, and cheap. Cheap. So I don't know. VPNs have got some competition. That's for dang sure. There might be some limitations to them, but for claiming the airdrop, it worked where none others did. So I got to give it a shout out for that. Can't complain. Can't complain. One thing you need to be aware of is that we got some token drops are getting ready to just drop on your heads as this number goes up, and you're altcoins are just jumping off, man, to the moon. Well, yeah, some of them are jumping off, but they may have some intense sell pressure since token unlocks are coming and prices are up, right? So that means that early birds are saying, dang, it's payday, because they know it's payday. You might all be thinking about getting, you know, cashing out part of that check. Manta being one of them to take a look at. Apecoins being released. Rose. Algorand, 4 days. Manta gonna be a big one right there, I think. Let's see how that reacts. 3 days, 5 hours to some Manta drops out of the sky. It says 25% of it's already unlocked, so that should be helpful for a new project like that. DYDX seems like they're dropping some every little bit, so I think some of this also includes like staking rewards and things like that. I think it's got to. Kindle, that's one to look at. AVAX, space ID. 1 inch AGIX, really? 12 days? Thank you for that. OP, GMT, there's a lot of them right there. Just keep your heads up, because sometimes you'll see price go up before the unlocks, and then the sell-off brings them a little bit down. That could fit into your strategy to let you come out a little bit more on top than not. So keep that in mind. So I've got a trend line drawn that we broke up to the upside on. So what do I have to do? Well, now I've got to go with the backup plan. I had to come over here. I think I did this on the 2 hour though. Or did I not? So now I'm just checking my wicks, man. Checking my wicks because, you know, we broke out of that major trend line. Yeah, it could be a breakout, or it could just be going to the extent of what we got. So, you know, I'm not totally convinced that we've got a true breakout till we get above 53,200-ish, somewhere through there. But it's looking good. We could easily get up there and get rejected, though, and kind of bounce here and maybe come back down. So we're not out of the woods. It was a great thing that we broke above this big yellow line, that 618 Fibonacci area for the big move on Bitcoin. We came back and retested it, scared everybody, and they were calling for, you know, we're going to go back down to 28,000. There were some very bearish thumbnails. You see that one little turn in the market just for one day, and things flip, flop, flopping and groping. That's That's what crypto face calls it, flopping and groping. And you just gotta zoom out. You have to zoom out right now. But look what we got going on here, man. Could we be possibly flipping this channel? What channel? Well, we got a solid trend line right there. Let's color it in so we can see it. What channel? Well, price always travels in the channel. You just gotta find it right there. I know it's only got 2 touches there, but you know, you pretty much depend on a channel idea. But flipping to the upside of it, right on the top of it, looks like 53,200 might be coming pretty soon. Could we get above it? Well, of course. We got another little target right up here at 54.9, right under $55,000. No guarantees they'll be hit, but hey, it's there for us to look at. Hope for, maybe. That was a measurement for, I believe, one of Elliot's, an Elliott wave. Fibonacci area that could get hit. Definitely could. I ain't gonna cry about it. The main theory that I've been following was this red triangle that we, you know, had a bear trap and broke to the upside, which should spell parabolic upside, which so far so good. True, we did the same thing back in 2020 before we went on the good right here. We went on the big run. So that was the big things that I've been following so far. You know, everything's been working out. Now, as we get more price action and more data here, we can extend our view and just identify the channel that we're in here that we broke out of. Did we take the measure move? If we didn't, why not? Let's take a measure move for this channel. Pull that out the last breakout. That tells us that this area about 58. Really? For real? For real? Measure move says $58,824. Y'all heard it here first on the Road Dog Crypto channel. Let's tighten that up. Yeah, that's yeah, I can F with that. 58,824 is actually what I got. My little price indicator there is a little wonky. Get up there, dude. Right in anywhere in that zone. Amazing. So is that what we're seeing? Well, that's what the channel says. Measure move, and they're pretty accurate. And again, that was a bearish channel. We should have broke to the downside. We went to the opposite, which means another possible interest option or another possibility of maybe a strong parabolic move to the upside, which we, you know, when you zoom out, we're currently in that on the 8-hour chart. There's no denying this is a nice strong parabolic move out of Bitcoin. Smaller time frames may feel bumpy, but when you zoom out, baby, we go up. We're going up hard, fast, heavy. We talked a little bit yesterday about, you know, the sell-off that occurred back in January 10th. That's when the ETF became final. That's when Grayscale started moving all that money out, all those people, whatever. And then 30 days later, when they can legally come back in with it, magically price just goes up to the upside. So what you think, man? Sounds like institutional FOMO to me. Sounds like big boy FOMO. They wanting that Bitcoin. We've been saying it forever. They trying to take it. Some people got scared, lost their Bitcoin this run around. If you've been following me, you know I've been saying don't sell that Bitcoin. Do not sell that Bitcoin. Don't sell that Bitcoin. That Bitcoin's going to save your life. So I do have something that I'm looking at right now as part of what I'm starting to do in this market. We talked a little bit about Ethereum and it against Bitcoin. You should be looking at all your altcoins against Bitcoin. Now, they're not always traded on the exchanges like that. They've kind of moved away from that. And that's one way to keep you from... that will let you realize that you're not really making any money overall. This you got to do this. You got to do this. So, I'm just picking out this little chart here. We're at 0.053. That's the price of Ethereum to Bitcoin right now. Anywhere here under has always been really good. We dipped down as low as 0.048. I was hoping for 0.047. Just remember it from cycles past. That was a good place to get in because this little guy can do some numbers. But it looks as though you know, at some point, Ethereum's going to start, and the altcoins too, but Ethereum will as well, start gaining against Bitcoin. So one of my plans is, normally I would try to take some profit into Bitcoin as these prices go up. I'm switching that over a little bit now, starting to take a little bit of profits, or taking some of that profit and moving it over to Ethereum. And then slowly, you know, as it gains in value against Bitcoin, I will, you know, trade her out for Bitcoin, because if she comes back up to this 0.085 area, from where we are now, that's 58%. I could have 58% more Bitcoin value. I don't even have to sell my Bitcoin to buy just whatever I'm taking profit into the Ethereum, and just slowly gaining in Bitcoin value, because my whole plan is to grow my Bitcoin bag, and it's hard. It's hard to grow that Bitcoin bag. Hey, I got to give a shout out to Cryptos Are Us, man. George over there. George is famous for just being the guy you want to go to on a bad day in the market, man, because he can lift your spirits. He's always hopeful. He is a perma bull, no doubt, but he's been dollar cost averaging, showing how that's a viable strategy. Congratulations on his, but he's been doing it since the top of the bull market all the way to the bear. I'm like, what the hell, man? What's wrong with you? But he's proven a point, and now it's actually in profit. That's cool. I used to, you know, kind of look at him sideways sometimes on his DCA days, because he'd be buying the green candles. But at some point over the past year or so, he's changed, and he's quite the trader now. Look at this trade, man. 35x leverage on Bitcoin. He got in at 40. Where'd you get? $99 at 49,000. $89,000 profit on that, my man. He went hard. He went big. George, you got some balls, man. I can't even see I can't even see what your face looks like, because your balls are so big. Your balls are much bigger than my balls. George has got cojones, man. George has got the cojones. Shout out to George, man. He deserves some respect on that one. That's doing it. I never would have saw that coming. He's got some hidden skills. He's been doing his homework on his DA, getting his strategy. He's talking about having a good trading strategy. I wish he'd share more about it. Shout out to everybody over here in the chat. We got Strega, we got Dave P hanging out. How's it going, guys? So let's take a look at some things that are popping up here. Take a look at some of the coins that we mentioned before and see how well that they're doing. Most things are up. CKB just keeps it going. Just don't want to stop. Yeah, I threw a target at 0.0114 cents, and it said, screw Euro, dog. I got bigger plans than that. You got some support resistance areas right over here to the left, about 0.013, just a little under 0.1. Well, you've already topped that. Did you just now do that? What the hell? You just now did that. Could you let me at least explain it before you bump up ahead of me, please, CKP? What? Apparently, she wants to come up to this 0.017 fib area, which is at another point of resistance over here. It's crazy how fibs do this. It really is. There's all kinds of ways to get your horizontal, you know, and a lot of times the tried and true, the first thing that you ever need to do is find your actual horizontal support and resistance. You find those candle tops and candle wicks. But it's magical how the fibs can correlate with those areas too, man. It's crazy. But always looking left there, you can see where there's had areas of where it had trouble before, and those are the areas we go up to test. And if there's not much of anything in there, like over here, there wasn't chop. It was just kind of straight down. Yeah, when we go back up, a lot of times we just go straight right back up. So that's a good thing to look at when you're seeing all these projects that are just, oh my God, you just doubled down and went straight forever. I just can't see myself getting into you. And remember, that's that fear mindset. And somewhere there's somebody saying, oh my God.
Monsieur, you have the most beautiful derriere that I have ever seen. I just want to squeeze it. I want to touch it. Part of me just wants to taste it. Just take a little bit of a nibble here and a nibble there before, you know, I've just eaten it all up and I've just accumulated a bag that will just make us all rich. You know, some people look at it that way. The people looked at it that way in CKB, man. Woo! How them whales feeling? How's that smart money feeling right now? Smart money's feeling like we 4 or 5 next to our money. CKB, man. Rocking. Shout out to Trade Intuition. He put that trade out before it popped out. I think he may have even posted over on our Telegram group. Shout out to Joe over at Trade Intuition. He went live today. That was cool. Did a little test stream. Guys need to check out Joe. He'll show you the ins and outs and the thinkings of this market, explain things to you, and take it from trade to trade and things like that. Really cool. You may see things that we do that are the same. You may see things totally different, and where we do things different, that's just an opportunity to learn something new. And Joe's the man. Joe's the man, and he can explain it so well. All right, check out API 3. What we got going on over here? Well, we pulled a fib, so we got that. I want to tighten her up just a little bit. She's kind of skimping on them bottoms. She is above the 382. Oh, baby, deuce it. We had a target looking like at 444, and I didn't draw a line, and I hate when I don't do that. Gonna move this guy up here to the 618 area, about 627. Should be where we head up, but you know, it can be a little iffy here. As we kind of, I'm on a 5-day chart. It's a big chart. There'll be some little bumpies here on the smaller time frames. Could definitely get a pullback, but hopefully what we needed to see is just to keep this 382 area here. And it may lose it a little bit, but 428 is now an important area for us to hold for API 3. As we slowly try to go up to 628, seems to be our next stop. Do have a lot of chop over here that could start giving us some interference. So this 0.5 fib at 530, for some of you profit takers, that might be a place to kind of look, but I'm really kind of looking at 627. Remember, there is always the chance she can come back and retest these lower areas. So $3.03, even though we're far from it, if something does go south, we get a pullback. That could be our retracement, but we'll come back and we'll fine tune it at that point. Right now, she's just keep going up. Even on the 4 hour right here, she's rocking and rolling, doing the hoochie coo, and I believe she just broke bullish out of a bearish pattern, a rising wedge right here, which go what? Freaking parabolic. So hey man, I'm more inclined to 628 than not, and just to throw it out there, with that other fib area at 784, you're just putting targets on fibs. It works. Try it. Tries it. It's an easy way. We can get targets all kinds of ways. Wow, you know, we could go to WD GAN methods, and we could start getting out planetary charts and doing all kinds of really calculations. He was so good, he could actually name price and time. Took that secret to the grave, but he proved it. But you can make this, like Joe even said this on this stream, man, you can make this as complicated as you want to, but yeah, keep it simple. If simple works, let simple do as simple does. Let it make you some money. It's all about finding your style, finding the tools that work for you, add them to your toolbox, and then just polishing that, man, learning from every little mistake that you find along the way, backtesting those ideas, just becoming a better trader, a better person. And you can't help but, I swear, you can't help but becoming a better person through trading. I can't see if you're really doing it, because it makes you look at your emotions and your character and who you are. And it's a very introspective thing. It really is. So I can't see how it just can't change the way that you think and look at things and learn to appreciate things. Having said that, there are a lot of successful traders out there that don't see that at all, man. Let's go with Stacks. SecuX. The coin that if you stake it will make you Bitcoin, just like a little Bitcoin miner. It's just amazing, and that's what I got mine doing. Stacks is trying to go up to $3. It got up to $2.79. Broke out through some trend lines here. We got to zoom out to see what's going on because she broke it. Dude, this is a bearish pattern. Breaking to the upside. Well, that can only be one thing by our trading rules, and that is she's getting ready to freaking make a move. Might she come back to 214, retest it? We can only hope and only dream and only pray that that would be a blessing to happen. But right now she's wanting to go up. But remember, we still got a trend line right here, giving us a little resistance. Kind of makes me think, yeah, maybe she might come back to 222. It could happen unless she breaks through that. And then I'm like, I give up. $5, $8? I don't know. All we can do is look left. And at some point, left runs out of numbers and we go into price discovery, and that's when it really gets fun. My little fib trick for getting that higher high. Swing low to swing high at the 12.27. That's magical. Well, let's just throw it up there and leave it. And one day we'll come back and say, oh my gosh. Sometimes. Doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it will blast through it. Go to a higher target. I'm just saying. $4 out of Stackers would be awesome. It's got some work to get up there. It's got to prove itself. It's got to maintain this trend line, get above it. Definitely. This one, I'm not seeing it break out to the top of that one, but hey, what do I know? Let's come over to the chat. What's going on in the chat, man? What are you guys up to? Hey, Dave, forget. Dave P. Havid. I remember how to pronounce that. Hey, what's up, Havid? Crypto Rich is in the house. Take a look at LRC to Bitcoin. Oh, look at you. Yeah. Havid just requested a Bitcoin pair. My man. Oh, that shows me you know some stuff. That shows me you're thinking. That shows me you're thinking. Yes. Yes. Love it. Let's do it. LRC rippling to Bitcoin. And Coinbase has that. Who would be a better... I want history. Binance would be the best place, I believe. Ooh, she'd been tanking. Of course, you know, Bitcoin's been going crazy, right? When did I look at this? When was this? 2021. Okay. Where she pumped up over here. My goodness. She was bottoming out nice, and then look what she did. She just went crazy. So notice that about this particular project, looping and stuff. I mean, notice you get a good pump, and then you need to be out because she comes back down and accumulates. So when you see the pump coming, you want to make sure that you're paying yourself on it so you don't have to write it down. Buy back in, by all means, when we come back down or something. But she does have a tendency to like to take those big spikes up and then take a lot back down. So this one, the tendency is to look at, oh my God, who wants to touch that? It's at the bottom. It's not doing anything. Yeah, okay, you can look at it that way. And it can probably still come down. It probably can in Bitcoin value. But it's in an area where it's going to start turning around. Now, whether you spend Bitcoin on this, buying this, or you spend dollar value on this, buying it somewhere down here, building your bag up, will gain you mega returns in Bitcoin when she comes back to the upside. That's the whole reason. The whole reason for this season. Be prepared that it may drop another 39% in Bitcoin value. Sucks. But only if you're looking at it that way, because after it gets there, when she bottoms out. So in my opinion, this one's a good one to dollar cost average into, especially when you're considering the Bitcoin price right now, because it can continue going
Bitcoin just a little bit lower. Now, dollar value is probably not very much. Bitcoin value could be. But even if your dollar cost averaging in with stablecoin, fine. I'm on the weekly chart here, so you've got some time to do this. But then when she does take off, man, beautiful. So, I'm not convinced we got our bottom in yet, but let's just go ahead and peg it down here. So imagine if you get into this when Bitcoin's, when it bottoms out down here, well, I don't know. Where am I at? Pick a price. I'll go with that 351 Satoshis there. Let's say that's your average buy. 350, wherever yeah, 351. 371, I guess that's where 351, I got 351. Just coming out of accumulation, you 4x'd your Bitcoin value. So if you put $100 in Bitcoin, you would come out with $400 worth of Bitcoin value. Or, you know, that's not. We're talking in dollars. We should be looking at Satoshis. You're coming out with a bunch of more Satoshis. I'll get tripped up if I want to try to explain this, aren't I? Getting back up to the 618 area, that's 4208 in Satoshis, 4,208 Satoshis from down here. Man, that's an 11, almost 12x on Bitcoin value alone playing this game. So wise choice, I think. It just looks like for me, if I was looking at it, I would build a position slowly, probably with dollars, because I don't like to get rid of my Bitcoin. You don't have to use the Bitcoin to trade these pairs. You can just switch over to dollars, make your buys in dollars, but monitor it on the Bitcoin pairs, and you can rack up in Bitcoin if you play it right. So she's coming down. Let's take a look at her in dollars. LRC. It's on Bitfinex. See, on dollars, it's not looking that way, right? Dollars, she's making a higher low, and she's looking, you know, pretty sexy. She's got a higher low over here, rounding out. She's getting ready to do some stuff on the dollars too. But on Bitcoin, you can see where it's going down. On dollars, it looks like it's trying to recover some ground here. So the real winner in that, I believe, is the Bitcoin play. So shout out to you, man. Let's go back to that Bitcoin chart. And did you just erase everything I had? What happened here? Where was I at? On Binance, I believe, right? Yeah. So automatically just feeling that swing high to what I'm assuming is a swing low. I'm kind of guesstimating right now. It's not really official, so I'm kind of jumping the gun. Let me pull another fib here just to see about our retracement. Swing low to swing high. We broke that 80. Yahoo! There's a good chance he's coming right back down here for a double bottom. I'm just saying. So Bitcoin wise, we could be looking all the way back down here to 267, 274, right through there. Satoshi value could be coming down, but remember, slow accumulation, like what you would do in this, that could be a good setup. I like that. And then kind of solidify these targets here. So we're going to assume the swing high all the way down to this target area that we'll get there, and we'll take our measurements from here and kind of put this at that 1773 Satoshis. That's a good little take profit area. And any of those fibs up here, but especially about 4128, definitely could get hit. And the way this guy moves, I might pick another one like the 886. This got a good chance at 5,900 Satoshis. That's a good come up from the bottom. Let me tell you that. It's got to do this to confirm a big double bottom. It's got to start coming back up to these top areas. So this is almost a given over time of some hellacious gains. Possible. In my opinion. Man, I love that you asked for a Bitcoin chart. Love it, love it, love it. Man, that tells me so much about where your head is and where you can take things in this market. If you're seeing that, things are clicking. Things are clicking. Yes, that's what we want. Trigger says, I think I got on a bull trap. On a bull trap? We don't like the bull trap so much. We like the bear traps, though. All right, if you guys got anything else you want to take a look at, be sure to throw it in there. Because I'm going to throw in SEI, say. Say when I'm on a weekly chart. Good Lord. All right, got to tighten up some trend lines here so we can see what's going on. Liking what. Different ways to look at that. I mean, this was our original trend line, right? It broke. You can take them and you can get the angles for everything else, but just remember when you moved it and which one was your original. All right, so keeping up with this original trend line's telling me that this area right here about, get you back up there, baby. This target, we got about 106, 105-ish. Good chance that that will be hit and may find some resistance up there, maybe even a little higher around 113. As this trend line kind of comes back and gives it a little bit of resistance. Now, will it break through or just keep going sideways? I probably will throw some resistance and keep it going sideways, forming out a channel, more than likely. Seems like we got a nice little trend line there. We can clean this up a little bit. As we get more information, we can start changing our lines and looking at our patterns and what we have. There is a channel definitely there, but we're above it. That's good. Extend our lines and we've got us another megaphone pattern, which honestly at this point in the game these are fun to play because they can go way up here. So 127, 143 for SEI, possibly on the way with probably a little trouble. If we start looking at the wave aspects, 1, 2, 3, 4, this could be a fifth wave for Elliott. This might be the last move up. Do you agree, Elliott? Oh, Elliott's already throwing in the towel here as a 5 wave. This is why Elliott wave is subjective. That fifth wave is just a mystery. You just don't know if it's going to go up or just hang out. So it seems. I'm looking for it to go up. Me and Elliott have a pissing contest. Sometimes I win, sometimes he wins, and I have to look and how did you win, Elliott? You gotta explain this to me. My favorite times are when I get to say, Elliott, you suck! Eat it! Man, we argue. Gosh, we argue. DYM dimension. Oh, have I ever showed you guys this? If you can, the girl taking the shower over there. Let's see if we can get her. This is my cheat sheet. I've got this over in our trading group there, but just to break everything down. I wanted to mention this earlier, but when it comes to trading and stuff like in my system and what I do, it's pattern trading. But there's one thing. It's kind of like an art. When you zoom, like you look at the most complicated picture, right? I used to be a tattoo artist, by the way. I just and one of my apprentices, I was telling them, I said, man, you can draw something and start drawing it, and you know you get off guard. But if you start with a basic shape, you can turn that into whatever the hell you want to. You know, you got your circles, you got your triangles, and you got your squares. Same thing in trading. I know, it's crazy. Your circles are your scallop shapes to do that. I know. And then there's also the WD GAN trick with the circle that I can show you. That's freaking wild. Where you can square and probably is something to play with, not something to use every day though. He took his best secrets to the grave. Okay, but circles, and then of course the squares. When you get channels and you get rectangles, you get accumulation patterns. And then you also got your triangles. If you keep it to those basic things, you can build up. If you're starting and like, let's too complicated, head and shoulders, all these patterns, Go through basic shape, zoom out, put your price action into shape. But over here's a cheat sheet that's available. It gives you the percentages, accurate percentages for what each one of these breaks up. And notice that they're not all 68%. I just want you to notice that. And please notice that a few of them are 68%, but all of them are not. But I'll leave that up there for just a second. But that is available for free over on our free Telegram group. Just throwing it out there. But I agree, when you're trading or when you're investing in stuff, you don't want to have to sit here and calculate everything before you make your move. I mean, you don't need to make a thesis of it. You just gotta, you need a system that's that's what I like about patterns and things like that. I can look for patterns. I can look for volume real quick. If we're getting a breakout, and then I know if it's got a higher probability or there's no volume there, I'm like here, technically you got a breakout, right? Where's your volume? There's none. It's straight. You see right down here? It's straight. There's nothing there saying, oh, this is going to be the takeoff. And it wasn't. It was lackluster, right? Just little things like that. So it looks like this guy came up and hit our 845 target. Cool. What are we on? Dimension? We're on Dimension now. That's what we're talking about. I still got this target up here, but what is it? 966 and a measure move, which I believe that was a hopium measure move for a breakout or something. I don't think that's valid. Oh, we'll take that one off and because we didn't have a breakout. Well, it doesn't have a breakout. So price has gotten away from our patterns, and what's the best thing to do? Regroup, baby, regroup. See what we're doing right now. Clear this thing off. Dimension. That's a wick. That's a big wick. She one of them big wickers. I love Smith's the fibs because the fibs find things I wouldn't normally look at. How I identified that at that 1.41 area right there. Sweet. Okay. The reason I'm playing around with fibs is because this one we don't have enough price action to mess with, so I've got to get whatever information that I can here. I'm not really getting much here on this one. Because all we got by pattern wise and trend line is, we got this, which we got to break out with some volume. It's cool. I mean, we can take a measure move from this ascending triangle, and it's basically here to down. And we kind of did that. So now what? Well, we know that triangles, they usually become other patterns. So now we're kind of like in more of a channel. And it could just be an accumulation channel, with that being, one of those just spike up the springs on an accumulation, like the Wyckoff theory. She's made a higher high, so she's doing good. Also taking our previous trend line we had there. Angle kind of matches really nice there. With a little, you look at it as a bear trap, is it? I don't know, because the angle works over here too. We got 2 touches, 3 touches. If I touch that wick, we got 3 touches. To make a valid pattern, you need 2 touches on one side and 3 on the other. Technically, I got more on this one than that one. I'll still rock with this. So a little bit of a rising wedge overall. When we zoom out and just look at what, and put price action into, just corral it up, baby. Just put a rope around it, however you want to look at it. And then we got this area right here that's holding very nicely at what? 690. Good possibility that she could break to the upside. And if she does, we just take a standard little measure move. We'll adjust it when she actually does break out. And then recalculate it. But as it stands, we're kind of projecting that it will go up to this area, about $11.85, possibly, if we do get a breakout. And we got this area at 962. I've got it colored in orange, so that's a 618 fib on some level, which should still be something. So it may get rejected there a lot of times that they do. So just look for maybe a temporary rejection at 962 and maybe up to 1189 if things keep playing to the upside. Now you can also do, you can do this as a flag. It's got a 57% chance to break to the upside as a bull pennant and bull flag. You can do that, definitely can. But I think it's always good. It's a pattern within a pattern. It's always good just to zoom out and look at the bigger pattern, because really that one's going to have the weight, and that one's going to have the much better move too. But you do see a lot of people doing that, and it's valid to do it this way. You just do it from flag to flag to flag, and really, zooming out kind of gave us 1185, and eventually you'll figure that out here if we make it up there. But that one's taking us up at almost $10. Crypto Rich says, I like the look of Wild, WLD. She's been doing pretty good. I've got a little bit of that in my Degen portfolio. Wild. I would say so. Let's zoom out. Way a lot. Zoomed out way a lot. Way lots of zoomies. So we got a nice little support area right here that we're flipping. Top of the candles become the bottoms of the candles now. Great sign there. And that was pretty much a 618 retracement right thereabouts in those areas. I think that's nice. That should take us up here to this area right here, about 655. Has a chance to do that. Looks like an AB equals CD type move right there. Oh, you're giving me something different? Oh, you're right. But, wait a minute, let me make sure I took my fib right. Double checking myself here. Was you up or down here? You ain't helping me out at all. All right. We're going to do this two different ways. I can't, by my rules, I can't do it. If I started here and we topped up here, I can't use that one. I can, but to do what I'm doing, it would really, it's taking it from the wrong measure. We're moving you down here, baby. I'm not getting the confluence. So this should give me the confluence now, since I adjusted that. Boom, right there. Yeah. So I'm rolling with that then. I'm rolling with 637. Let's see if you can do it. This should be an AB equals CD move. That's over on the patternsite.com. For those that you would like to study it, it's over there. You just go to the index, look it up, and it will tell you all about it. AB equals CD. It's technically bearish only after it reaches the D point. So check that out. See a lot of those playing out lately. Just basically things to bottom out here, and then we're slowly headed to the upside. So coolio. Looking for a shorter term target to go with. Well, I want to give you these little guys. 381 is definitely coming into the picture. That will be your 618 Fibonacci retracement, which should give it a little bit of a hiccup, if not a pullback. If we do make a higher high and get rejected, this one might be it at 550. That's just a little fib that I like to use. We'll see if it works out and helps us out here. But the main one about 637. I'm kind of liking it. Go wild, do your thing, baby, make us some money. How about BET? You guys got BET V-Chain? That's one of my staples right there. Yeah, she's been looking a little juicy. She's been looking very juicy. She's been looking like she be looking like, dang. What you make me feel when I see those numbers go up. Woo! Just dance all around that pole, girl. Watch her go.
loves it. BET sitting right back up here, trying to come right back to that humpy hump she humped before at 3.8 cents. Working our way, man. That's not enough. This girl needs just a little bit more. Just can't get enough of it. Higher highs, higher lows. Got a little fractal action going over here, which just, when we peeked in there before, doing this same little dance she was doing. Same things, and she just exploded and went straight to the sky. Didn't just rock her world, it rocked my world when it went up there. And I know BET can rock my world. And once you get a taste of it, you don't go back, baby. Once you get a taste of that BET, you don't go back. Can she pull off this fractal? Man, I would love to see her do that. She's going to have a little headache up here about 4.5 cents, getting past that 200 moving average, but I think she can do it. She knows how to sweet talk her way. Got this big ass trend line, man. I mean, we lost favor. She got through now, right? She got thrown out of the club, but she's going to go up there to that bouncer. She's going to sweet talk her way right back in there. You know she is, because she's got what it takes. She's been around a while. She's been on the streets for a while. She knows how to play this game. BET doing all these nice little rounded bottoms there, looking all just nice and gorgeous. Girl, I may stray a little bit. You know I always come back to you, though. BET. I just had to get that out of my system. I'm really excited about my BET bags. Alexa! Damn, you looking sexy too, girl. All these coins are looking sexy. I got the wrong music playing. Alexa said at 121 saying, baby, watch what I'm getting ready to do. I don't know what you're getting ready to do. I mean, we play you like a flag. I don't think you're going to hit that measured move, but hey, okay, let's try it. I mean, rules of the game, you got a 57% chance to break up, which you did. You hit your 57 thingy thing. Man, I'm telling you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bukowski on his flags does something a little different with his measure move there. Let's go check that out, because I don't want to tell you wrong. I want to find out. Thomas Bukowski, for those you don't know, I'm trying to learn how to do things I do here in pattern trading. He's a great source to learn. He can teach you better than I can, really. I just show you my interpretations of his ideas. His ideas are laid out here in black and white for you to interpret however you want to, and I suggest that you do it. It looks like a lot to go through. Just, you know, as you come across these things, find them, learn them that way. Don't have to memorize them all. Hell, I forgot what I was looking for. What are we looking for? We're looking for a bull flag. So we need to come down to F for flags right here. And my question was about this measure move. Where are you putting it? He does. He puts it at the bottoms. He's not putting it at the breakouts. That was what I was checking on there. Breakout upwards 60% of the time. Where have I got 57? I know that came from you. Did you have a different one? Oh, I gotta go adjust my stats there. I got 60. Now for the upward breakout, this is very interesting, the information he puts here. If you're on for an upward breakout, you need to see volume trending down 74% of the time for the breakout. Just so that gives you little cool things to look at. Make sure, hey man, check this out. Volume coming down. As this thing is coming down, yeah, it is. Then we got a breakout. Just little cool things to look at. So, measure and move from Mr. Bukowski. Down to the bottom of the channel there, and then that's our target. Listen, these polls are too bullish for a lot of this stuff, so yeah, can't expect them to go the full length the whole time. That's when you start seeing targets not getting hit, and you're like, that influencer sucked. That trade did not play out. This pattern sucks. We could be doing a little funky Elliott thing. Now, Elliott, Elliot's. Wait, this is crazy. Elliot suggested this target's not out of the question, so I'm just throwing that out there at 257 now. Don't know that I always agree, but that's just one idea that he's got there. And also this one at 160. That'd be a good little target there. So there's your ideas for some other places since we're going in the price discovery from this chart anyway on LXR over in Cosmos ecosystem. Come on back over here to the chat, see what we got. DP says Ondo. That one's getting some talk, isn't it? Ondo's up. Oh, that's not the one I was thinking about. I thought the one I was thinking about was like $20 something. Let's check this one out. I've been hearing it, and I know nothing about it. Ondo. $400 million market cap. Small toward mid cap. It's been around, or it's been accumulated. People had already bought it. 10 billion maximum supply, 1.4 billion circulating supply. So you got a little under 15% of it out in circulation. Something to consider. Just saying. It would need $2.8 billion market cap to maintain this price if all the coins were out in circulation. And I went where it does not tell me what it's going to do. Institutional grade finance now on chain. Ondo's building the next generation for financial infrastructure to improve market efficiency, transparency, and accessibility. One of them plays. Cool. Backed by the best. And Terra, Coinbase. Our funds exclusively invest exclusively in multi-billion-dollar highly liquidity exchange-traded funds managed by the world's preeminent bond managers, such as BlackRock and PIMCO. Because you gonna pimp it, go PIMCO. All right, Blocks Protocol, lend and borrow on chain. Nice. Okay, it's got some interesting things about it. Much deeper dive. There is some risk just with it being new and all the tokens and token on unlock schedules, things like that, but doesn't just something to be aware of. Going into price discovery, we got to work. Well, I got to work at the fib magic. It's kind of the same thing we just did. I think this looks exactly like the one we just did. Same thing. We'll take our very basics of measured moves here to give us our first target, which on the other one that played out that looked like this, it did pretty quick. That's 35, almost 36 cents. Just from your straight up measured move. That alone, from where we are now, is still about another 28% from the breakout. If you're following this and actually bought a breakout of the trend line, that measure move about 56% from that point. That's around 24 cents. Now do keep in mind that on these triangles, Bukowski talks about this, and lots of people forget this after a breakout, but there's always a chance for it to come back to retest that area. It can come back and retest the breakout price. Sometimes if it's bullish, it may get caught on one of the previous highs and not come down lower than that. And then sometimes she just comes down and rides that trend line down before doing something. That's when a lot of times you see lack of volume, which we got here. So I'm just throwing that out there. There is rising price, falling volume, meaning that there's some sell pressure up here. Might see that pullback before we actually make it to the target. Just throwing that out there. But I'm on the 8-hour time frame here. Money flow is coming into green. Now that's always a good sign on Market Cipher. That's actually kind of a big deal. So as money flows in the green, this thing's got a good chance to keep going. So I can say that. Let's come down to smaller time frame, see what we got. So she's playing with the 9 and the 21 on an uptrend. That's cool. If she loses this 21, she may be coming down to talk to the 50 for a little bit. But basically, we just got a trend line that we can draw here in the smaller time frames. It started with this one and kind of still holding that one, but we broke through it.
So I take that into consideration just to alter my trend line a little bit. Sometimes you might even end up doing something like this if it's changing trajectory, but to keep it simple, we just go with that. We'll call it 2 touches and let this be a line in the sand, because when we start breaking this trend line, it's time to think, why am I here again? Do I want to stay in this trade? I gotta see if I need to get out. Maybe my stop loss is it's when you gotta start thinking about making other plans when you start breaking your main trend line. And until it does that, nothing to worry about. Just ride it. I likes it. Can we get higher than that? Well, sure. Well, let's figure that one out. Now you will see this trend. Somebody drives a pattern, they'll come around to whatever and do a measure move. And they can, because basically you've got a ratio from a swing low to swing high. I don't think they understand the concept behind it, or at least they don't explain it. But yeah, there is actually something to be said, but it's not like you can just depend on it. It's kind of like pulling a number out of your ass. Well, I mean, it's not really technically part of the way the pattern typically works. It ain't a bootcasting measure move, let me put it that way, but you know, it could come into play. So that target 51. Remember, every move, every swing low to swing high, the other way this plays out, man, there's a ratio effect. I can't explain it, but it's mathematical. It does work out, and the Fibonacci helps you kind of figure it out. Might even see some confluence with that as we do what we're getting ready to do. Swing low to swing high. Not seeing anything there. That's just really tickling my bell. Got one more trick here. I'm going to use the time-based fib extension there. 3-point move. Make sure I nailed it down here. All right. Yeah. Okay. And this one I got to see some confluence. I'm not seeing any confluence for this one. But if I were going to mark it, I'm looking for these guys. So I want to. This was questionable to me, meaning that I put more faith in my fibs than I do in some kind of, you know, just. Flip and measure moves, but we'll see. We'll test that one out. So for higher targets, first measure move takes you right here. We need to put you blue for measure move. And I like about 66. These are some higher. This is taking a while to get there if it's going to, but just some further targets in 56. Short-term target looking 36, possible 51, man. I'm not putting much stock in it, but hey, we'll see. That was a little bit of a crazy measure move. It's not the standard. Tenzin said, can you check Bobo? There's actually a Bobo coin. Bobo. Just makes me think in high school when somebody would run around saying, Hong Kong Bobo. That's all I don't know why. Geez, in accumulation mode. How far in accumulation are you, baby? Where you at? You're trying to break out of it. Okay. So technically, I mean, really, right under both of these. So I use a 236 to help me identify when where accumulation zones are and when they're getting broken and getting out of, and it's trying to. It's above the 200 moving average on the daily, so it's getting its first steps for possibly more upside. It looks like she's getting ready to come out of accumulation. Higher highs, well, at least she's got a higher low than this one. She made a lower low here, so we gotta make sure she makes a higher high. If she doesn't make that higher high, then I would look at some sideways accumulation for a little bit longer. Not quite ready to pop yet, but getting there. We gotta kind of keep her on this smaller area. Short term, I'll be looking at this target. That's a bunch of zeros in 2410. We're at a bunch of zeros in 1060 right now, so it can double from here. Just gotta see what it does. I need to see a higher high. I need to see it get above this area right here. It's 3825 area. What is that? 1560? I need to see it get above that. If it does, definitely look into the higher areas. And if you're looking for a decent target, like if you're holding this for a little while, woo. Let's start with this one. 15,858. And she can do it. She's been down here before. She's exceeded it. She might even possibly pull another beat like she got and just bounce straight up. So we don't want to rule that out. She's had that price history before. But we do need to see it come up to this area, 15,858. And from there, we could shoot up to 41,049. It's so far off, and gosh, that's huge. It can make some good gains, but and it's getting started. Is what it looks like. But I do need to see some areas clear, especially this one right up here. See it clear higher than that. Even if it comes back down a little bit, it's still a good sign that's getting ready to move to the upside. Stricker said he missed Uma today. What did Uma do? Oh, Uma's still hanging out there. I'm looking at the right one. Uma. There's also an Umi. I think I meant to get in the Uma. She looks like she's doing an AB equals CD, getting ready to pop up to a higher target there. It's like $9.03.
Back it up and keep the thing marching. Thought it'd be a hard thing. I was with no oxygen. Thought you'd be more confident, girl. I almost
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that $9.03 target. Just take a little while to get there. Of course, getting back past these areas at $6.22, $7 and through that. But it looks like an AB equals C type move, and then up here around this area should get a much bigger retracement. Check out AVAX Avalanche. She's getting a little bit hot. $42 right now. What was this? Was not a I don't think it's a trend line. I think it's a measure move line. I think we just took an angle or something. Need a trend line, so we'll just go ahead and recycle that guy. Looking good. Looks like she's in a nice little channel right here that we can identify, bouncing off the top of the walls, back and forth, slowly making her way to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4. You making a 5? Elliot's going to say she can top out at 50. Possible. So a viable target there, but I'm also looking at $60 and $66 there at this little guy. Yeah, and $66.99. I like that one. AVAX, come on and do something, baby. Another one I need to see do something is Rune. Disappointed me. I was really hoping it would reach that $8 target, man. $8.54. Oh, and then she did all this for me, so that's all right. I got an exit plan for you now. I couldn't move it to an exchange. They all didn't have the actual Rune. They had wrapped Rune. I had no way to get it to exchange to sell it. So now some exchanges have the actual tokens. Some have wrap versions. Some that's something I had not planned on. So that kind of threw me out. So I'm set up for that. So you can come on back on up to $8.54, baby. Make daddy happy. 12-hour time frame here. She's above the 200. Reclaim that. Moth little double bottom, a little bit of horizontally, right with the 200, just confirming it the whole way. Have we got? Checking out my bigger moving averages down here. They are lined up beautifully in the order that they're supposed to. 800, 666, 366, 365, whatever that one is. 200. They're all lined up great. So that's a strong move to the upside. I likes it. So come on, Rune. Are you going to make it up to $8 this time? I'm counting on it. I need you to. I got a target up here, 951. I'll go with that too. I'm not drawing lines on these things. Let's do it, baby. MCDT Nuco Cloud. Oh, baby. Oh, did you hit our buy zone? Well, bless your little heart. And you bounced right off of it. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Expecting this trend line to give it a headache, and it said, what trend line? Don't need no stinking trend lines. Run right through that like a knife through butter. Well, that didn't affect me none. What, you thought I was going to get scared here? You thought I was going to take a bounce here? Yeah. You just don't know me, man. I'm Nuco Cloud. I bust through lines. I make stuff happen. He's a little cocky, but I mean, he's right. So, gosh, you darn it. Bust above that trend line, baby. I can't help but to be bullish for you because that's extremely bullish to do that. So, wow. Where you headed, baby? Call me crazy, but trend line suggests that maybe we can come up here to $1.01. Be a little bit more conservative on that. Point up to 93. I think we're headed toward $1 on this little guy. Okay, so we got a channel. Well, you want a quick fix? Take a measure move from your channel. Boom. That's giving me 95 cents. And we're at 78, so there are 20 something cents coming out of this. Like that double bottom, you can take a measure move from here, but we've already exceeded it. It's already blew past it. So now we're looking at our channels, trying to get something that's got some touches there. Really like to stick with that body. Get us confidence in that area. See if that holds out. See if you can break that one, go higher. All right, guys, that is all I've got to go over tonight. Other than Render. Forgot about Render. Take a look at Render. Hey, Render, how you doing, Render? Still doing all right. Still waiting for 525 to get hit and see what it's going to do. This one's in a rising wedge, man. If she breaks to the upside of this, I'm looking at $10, $11 coming out of Render pretty quick. So keep that in mind. Don't think we're flirting with hitting these lower areas anymore, but I'll keep this one on there just in case. But she looks like she's getting ready to start doing something. Straighten that trend line up a little bit. See if we break out to the top of it and go. It's on for Render. And after 785, it will be price discovery. 785 could be a hiccup, so worth looking at, but wow. Go, Render. Altcoins are heading to the upside. Bags are pumping. Don't forget to peel off a little bit of something to pay yourself, though. Even just a little bit. Get in the habit of it. Just saying. Nope says, does Mavia look like it wants to bounce and continue the flag, or would you consider more downside likely? It feels like it hit support area. Mavia. She got hit a little bit today. I saw that. Ooh, you broke the trend line. You broke it. Well, this is the area where you gotta seriously consider if you're going to stay in this trade a little bit or not. And you just have to watch, because it's either going to go sideways. I mean, it can either go down. Usually it goes down. Usually it goes down. But the more that you see it not go down, the more bullish you need to interpret that. That's the best way I can put it. So, in these situations, what I do is I pull a fib, swing low, swing high from what we got to work with, And I'm keeping an eye on the 236 and the 382 Fibonacci. A bounce off of either one of those means more and more stronger move up. It's holding at 382. It did count below it, so you're at a wait and watch. If it gets back above this one, 793, I think you're good for more upside. If it's finding trouble there, you may be looking at it coming back down lower and going through some kind of weird accumulation, and that's not fun to ride. Given what's going on in the market, it's got a fair chance to gain its ground here. We just don't have enough price history on it, so I'm looking for other little signs on a 1 hour chart to give me some ideas. So from where we are now, I mean, this is probably the flag you're talking about, right? Or channel that's making, because sometimes they'll do that when they lose that. That would be a good way to track it. That angle seems to be established pretty well there. And it's got some nice confluence for this little area and that area. So yeah, so is that the that's the 200 moving average right here. I thought it was my little yellow line. So it looks like it got support there. That's good. So now we know our 200 moving average is here. That's actually some pretty good signs, because all the other moving averages are above it. 100 and the 50 are kind of, they're trying to figure out what's going on. What I'm trying to say, it's got a little bit more pulling it to the upside. Now that I'm seeing this, it's got a little bit more to pull it to the upside than it does to push it to the downside, since we're above the 200. That's a good sign. So, watching the bottom of this trend line, and even the 618, I hate to say it, but it could come back down to these areas, but it's got a good chance of going sideways and trying to. What we don't want to see is, you know, for it to do some kind of another hump that's not higher, because that could throw us to the downside. But doing this, that's a good chance. I would watch your non-moving average, quite honestly. Get above it on this time frame on the 1 hour. It'll be much more promising. But anytime you're below that 9, you're basically in trouble. You're in a downtrend on whatever time frame you're looking at. But nice area for it to try to bounce. It is. It's got a wick. It's got some signs that it can. Ichimoku clouds. It can stumble through here. So not looking horrible. So we'll watch this and we'll put this one, and by tomorrow we should see pretty much. But just to reiterate, I need to see it get above 792, hold that before I'm sure that's going to go higher. And it's trying. It's trying. So I know it's hard to gauge this one. Yeah, just because there's not much prices, but you know, I like the challenge. Gives you some ideas that you can pull out of the bag and kind of help you try to figure things out in those situations. But yeah, it is tricky when they lose their channel or lose their main trend line. You got nothing else to go by. But it's that it didn't just drop heavier. It's a good sign. All right, guys, that's all I got. I will see you again tomorrow night. Trade carefully. Enjoy this money. Don't forget to pay yourself a little bit. If you're investing, dollar cost average is your best friend, and also dollar cost averaging out. Big oh my god candle days and everybody's excited. I don't know, taking out a few percentage. If it's a $50 bill or a $100 bill here, there's something. Get in the habit, taking your profits, baby. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you can't hit that like button, it does help the channel a lot.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Elvis bitches up a storm when he don't get enough likes, I'm telling you. Appreciate you for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow night, and
Come on.
yeah.
Come here, boy.
Have a good night, everybody.
Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet high off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. said, wife, you know you're begging for my notice. Promise you're the same.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend.
It's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. This crypto rival, the really drives you out. Let's hit the like button now.